Now we listen. This is a very, very sad situation here. Okay, I hate to take it so serious, but I need y'all to just take a moment. Okay, look to your neighbor and say, "We finna pray." Okay, Tabby, we finna pray. Fired Tennessee cop Meagan Hall claims she was sexually groomed in a lawsuit, and I'm here to tell you, I believe her. Wait for it now. Wait for it. Because see, the problem is we have been conditioned and conditionally conditioned by men who conditionally conditioned us to think that we hoes, right? Wait for it now. I had to go into my spirit. This 4-day water fast was very spiritual for me. And I really, when I tell you my heart goes out to this lady, even though she looks 13, it really does, because I had to really go inside myself as a woman to see what she was talking about. Because I reported on this story when it first happened. Cop slept with the whole force and was fired. Female cop. So once she filed the lawsuit and she claimed she was sexually groomed, I said, before I start laughing, let me look over some things, right? So she was fired over numerous sexual romps with other officers, claims in a new federal lawsuit that superiors in her department sexually groomed her for risque escapade. Now, it's no secret that cops are hoes, okay? Oh, they hoes, okay? Meagan Hall, who's 26 years old, who blamed a troubled marriage for her randy affairs, claimed she felt trapped and exploited in the midst of an all-male ranks of the Laverne Police Department, according to the 51-page federal complaint filed Monday, where Mrs. Hall sought role models at her new job. She instead found 4 predators. The lawsuit says, ooh, they bold with that. In place of offering professional development, her superiors and the chief of police groomed her for sexual exploitation. Hold on, Nacha. Wait for it. They concluded in using their authority to systematically disarm her resistance and entrap her in degrading and abusive sexual relationships, even sharing tips on the best ways to manipulate and exploit her. The suit claims Hall, who had a history of mental illness, felt trapped, and in an attempt to escape, she nearly killed herself. Okay? Hold on. Look to your neighbor and say, we about to pray. Time to pray. I wish I had my carpet. All right. She was fired in January after word of the steamy sexcapades with 5 other cops became public, with those officers also terminated from the department. Okay? Sergeant Powell learned that Mrs. Hall was going through the process of buying a home with her husband and that this process was extremely taxing on their relationship. The lawsuit said Sergeant Powell positioned himself as a reliable source and companionship and advice regarding Mrs. Hall's career and marriage. Sergeant Powell persisted in requests for sex despite Mrs. Hall's resistance. It said eventually Mrs. Hall gave in to Sergeant Paul's request for sexual favors. These were her superiors. Like I said, she looks 13. Why is this recording? These phones really be listening to us? This whole thing. What? My phone was just recording everything and texting somebody everything that I was fucking saying. Swear to God, I didn't touch shit on this phone. Who was texting? It was texting my hairstylist, Keisha. Shout out to Keisha too at Main Life in West Palm Beach. Keisha on the color. What's this phone? What the hell? Anyway. Now, she said when she tried to break the affair, Powell threatened to kill himself. Hall said the explorative sexual relationship with Powell led to other sexual encounters involving other Laverne cops, Larry Holiday, Patrick, Ty McGowan, Juan Lugo Perez, and Gavin Shoeborough, and Detective Seneca Shields, okay? They name him names. Hall claims the chief encouraged this behavior and shared in the pornography and sexual fantasies of mutually abusing Miss Hall with his trusted superior. Who wrote this article? Okay. She said Davis once asked her to come into his office and dance for him. She don't look like a dancer. No. Tried to get her to agree to lunch dates and described her clothing as hot girl summer shit. Get the out of here, okay? He been listening to his Meagan Thee Stallion. And the lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court of Middle District, Tennessee, names the city of Laverne, Powell, McGowan, and Davis as defendants. Okay, so she's suing them. All right, and seeks an unspecified amount of damages for lost wages, medical expenses, mental health suffering, emotional distress, and reputational harm. And you know what? She gonna get it. You know why she gonna get it? She gonna get it because when the story came out, the only person that was named in the story was her. So yeah, you have to understand. Okay, this is what she's claiming for those of y'all that are. Okay. Unspecified amount of damages for lost wages because she lost her job, medical expenses, okay, for her mental health, mental suffering, for suffering mentally, publicly after this shit hit the news, emotional distress, and reputational harm. Because here's the thing. It was 5 officers that was on her, including her husband. 5 of her superiors. 5 that were all her 5 that were all abusing their power to this child because she 13, like I said, okay? All of them quoting hot girl summer shit and everything. Now, the reason she gonna get it is 1, because they were her superiors. 2, she was new on the job. 3, she has a history of mental health. And 4, she was the only person named who was released when they put out this article saying that she was the entire team, the entire police department. They didn't put out the men name. Why? Because it's not shameful for men to go around and sleep around, but it's shameful for a woman. So when I tell you, this is the person that should have got the $28 million from the police department and not Vanessa Bryant, okay? It should be this bitch here. This is real reputational harm. This is real emotional distress. Because here's the thing. When you got officers, first of all, officers are the best at coercion. They are the best criminals in the game. The reason officers are so good at their job is because they really wanted to be criminals, but they was too punks to be criminals, but they became cops. Okay? Most of them. Not all of them. Stop me, white hoes. Y'all are brutal over here. Okay? Y'all are brutal. Well, it's true. Y'all ain't lying. Okay? What was my last thought?
You said the cops wanted to be the robbers.
Yeah. So the cops, they want to be the robbers. And so when you're on the force, and listen, they all do this. They're all very misogynistic. They all hang together. They do it together. They're like gangs. And when they see women that are young and vulnerable, they take advantage of them, knowing that they're not supposed to sleep with someone that is lower than them. And so she's gonna get the money with added reputational damage because their names never made the article. It was hers, and everybody was calling her a hoe. Even though, yeah, she was hoeing around, but they weren't supposed to print it like that. They were supposed to print them names too, but they wanted to protect them because they probably had families and shit. She finna get her money. Absolutely. Moving on. Madonna. Now, listen, I was trying to cut you a break, girl. I really was. Now, Madonna and I believe his name is Andrew Darnell recently just broke up. Hold on for a second. Recently broke up. He's 23 and she's over 50. All right. And they broke up because she's having body issues, self-esteem issues and things like that is what is being reported by a close source. Okay. Actually, she's not even over 50. She is over 60. She is 64 years old. Okay. And so they dated for only 5 months, but she's having confidence crisis. Now, here's what I got to say about this, because everybody's been emailing me these stories about her trafficking and trafficking kids and things like that. And now I'm inclined to maybe believe some of these allegations, okay? Because here's what I'm going to say. You cannot, as a 64-year-old woman, a 23-year-old child, after going to Africa and adopting children, you have children his age, which makes me believe that you may own your own children. You can't go save the children and then when they get of age, fuck children. Because that's still a child. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Okay? You can't save the children and then go adopt children and phone children while you in your 60s. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That leads me to believe that because these kids ain't no kin to you. No kin. I mean, even though you adopted them. But if you were a 23-year-old or younger, and this is one that she's just claiming. This is no different than Leonardo DiCaprio going out the back door of a restaurant because he's trying to get paparazzi to not catch the pictures of the 19-year-old that's leaving. There are morals that are not being followed here, if you get my drift. Woody Allen. Thank you, Chelsea. Okay? We can't be out here me tooing men and thinking you not going to get me tooed as well. This is too close to call. And you mad, you having body issues, self-esteem issues. Woman, you an old lady. You're an old lady. Embrace your oldness. But instead, you letting them put ass, what do they call them shots? Some hydrogel shots in your ass. And what you reaching under the bed for? What are you reaching under the bed for? And taking pictures of you reaching under the bed. You trying to show off. The ass ain't even settled in. You looking for a child under the bed. What you looking for? That's the only reason I would think you was going under the bed. You looking for monsters for these kids. What? You got to leave these children alone for they me too your ass too. They don't start locking up women around this too. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I goddamn tell you. Moving on. T.I. and Tina. Baby Zonique came out and did a podcast and said that she resented her mom because her mom was really never there for her. Her mom chose T.I. over her. She said that was hard growing up, missing, not having her mom there for a lot of precious moments because she felt like she had to follow T.I. everywhere he goes. Like the Ratatouille she looks like. If I look like Tiny, I'll probably follow my around everywhere too. So, this really hit me in my heart because I was like, damn, because here's why it hit me in my heart. Because when you are, this is not her dad. So she, obviously she's her mother's first child. Dad's in jail. And now this new dude comes along and it feels like your mama is choosing a man over you. And then when she has kids with this man, she favors them more because she had them in marriage. She had them in covenant. And I guarantee you, like, there was some animosity because, other men don't even like helping to raise other people's children. Now, I know T.I. had a baby too, but it's different for men because they can't get over the fact that my woman was with somewhere else. So if I'm looking at this child, it reminds me of that. And I do think that T.I. had a part to play in that because every time you turn around, Tiny had to go everywhere that T.I. went. And you know what? And you know how up my brain is? Because all I can think about, because I've covered these a lot. Okay? When she said that she wished that she would have had more time with her mom, all I could think about was Tiny on that boat. And it was a secret camera hidden on one of the other naked bitches, and she was rubbing and licking her lips, and her skin was open. She had open pores. She got very, very textured skin. And I'm thinking like, bitch, you was on yachts. You was spending more time with prostitutes having group orgies than you was with your daughter. All the followers that really didn't want to marry you, but only married you because he was dropped by his label. And then her daddy said, if you want my daughter to help you with your career, you got to marry her. So he did that in order to get his career off the ground. And then as a respect thing, because she did help to put T.I. on, this is a loyalty bond. That's why she allowed him to own other women. She just wanted to make sure she could stick her foot in the too. She didn't do that. I'm just saying. You know that joke on social media. Sabrina made up that lie. But that really hit me in my heart because I understood where Zonique was coming from, because I'm just like, girl, your mama spent more time with strangers in a room on ecstasy than she did with you. That's up. I said, woo! I tell you, when these kids get out, I'm telling you, Master P's son came by and tried to shake some shit up. But this, I believe her. I do. Because, I mean, we saw it on reality TV. We saw the shit. Every time he would call her from jail, making that bitch leave wherever she was. And word on the curb is, the reason she had to follow him around too is because he would pay other men to her and watch. And you know, that does something to a man's soul. When you see another hitting your bitch better than you. So that's why they both was interlocked like that and forgot all about the children. Because they was in a sexual covenant. Sexual covenant. She didn't want to come around her baby without that sexual energy. That's up. Up. Don't forget, today we are offering on shoptkdeals.com the sea moss drops. This is something that everybody needs to have in their diet. It has 98% of the vitamins and minerals that the body needs daily. We have this in mango. We also have it in pineapple. It has 10,000 milligrams of Irish sea moss, the same sea moss that Dr. Sebi preached about, and the same sea moss that a lot of the health gurus preach about as well. It also has spirulina, which is very potent in vitamins and minerals as well. It has zinc, burdock root, and vitamin C, okay? Use the coupon code TK10 to get your sea moss drops. This is our mushroom Vitamix, okay? The T-cell, NK cell Vitamix, very potent. The reviews on the website say everything. This is used to help optimize T cells, to help optimize natural killer cells, which kill off cancer cells in the body and things like that. It's been used in a ton of therapy. It's been in Chinese medicine for years, and people are raving about this. All you got to do is Google shiitake mushrooms. This is shiitake mushrooms along with turkey tail, some lion's mane, some cordyceps, all blended down. You can either cook with it, you can put it in your smoothies, you can drink it in water. Either way, you need this about twice a week. And if you're not down with the powder, we do have the gummies, all right, which has all of that in there. Shiitake mushrooms. It also has the reishi mushroom, has the chaga, it has the white button. And so all of this is condensed down into the mushroom extract complex. And also we have the mushroom 10X, okay? That's available as well on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off of your first order. Don't forget, guys, we are featuring the Koji Cocoa Soap. This is something that I use to help even my skin tone, clear dark marks and things like that. This is available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10, okay? Be careful about using it on your face. Yes, it will lighten the dark marks, but it will lighten your face as well, and you don't want to be out here looking like Nene Leaks, okay? This is the Koji Cocoa Soap. We have the sugar case. I am so in love with the body oils, and you guys are too, because you're emailing me about them. These are body oils infused with like glazed donut fragrances. We also have watermelon squeeze. We have, let me put this up. We have the watermelon squeeze. We also have the Georgia peach body oil, okay? I usually put these on when I get out of the shower, wet, let them soak into the skin while the pores are open. And then, of course, I carry a bottle around to touch up. It doesn't leak. And that's one thing that I like about this Black-owned body oil company is that they don't leak all in your purse. I could travel with these. They don't spill. I don't know where the hell she got these bottles from or the oils, but she's doing her thing. You can access the sugar case on my website. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. And last but not least, we have our top seller, which are the Active 8 fasting drops. If you are really trying to fast, if you are really trying to suppress your appetite, the right way, the Active 8 fasting drops is the way that you need to go. The reviews on the website speak for themselves. If you're looking for appetite suppression, which means you have to start first thing in the morning, okay? And you put the drops in your body, you put a little water in your body, and you just do a water fast throughout the day. People are emailing me saying, hey, Tasha, they work better than any type of Ozempic or semaglutide that's out there. It just helps to settle the gas in the stomach, and the stomach tells the brain that you're not hungry no more, okay? And so the fasting drops are available on shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 and let me know how much weight you've lost personally using the Active drops, okay?